tough loss, sorry about that. What did you make of the conditions today and how your team batted their way to in that second innings?
Well, I feel like, as I mentioned earlier, that it wasn't the kind of wicket where you scored 190. And I felt like we had a great start with the ball. We got three early wickets, and then I think in the middle, I felt like we have just given more runs, we shouldn't have been. And we didn't assess the condition well in the middle, especially. We just let the things to be happen by itself, I think, rather than just. But I think it's just T20 is all about, like, couple of batsmen, good knocks, good quick runs, just turn up the game, and I feel like that's what they did. They Matthew Wade, they came in, the other guy, the way he played, took the game deep and deep, and yeah, I feel like in T20, once you have that kind of momentum, you just try to score more and more. But as I said, like the areas where we should have bowled, I feel like shouldn't have been in their team. I think hit the right area more than us.
What were the plans coming into today's game against the Joburg Super Kings, especially seeing how they've been playing cricket in the last couple of games?
Well, nothing special. We just keep it simple to the guys, each and every one. I know we had a tough year, but at the same time, for the last game, and you can't change your cricket, you can't change your skills. It was just more about you keep believing yourself, keep trying your best to do the best for the team, and it's a best opportunity for each and everyone who got an opportunity to go there and express his skills. More than that, I think that is something which was morely discussed to each and everyone. As a bowler, a batsman gets an opportunity to go there, make it count and make it big in the big opportunity, big league. So yeah, that was but didn't work. Plan didn't work. I think sometime match doesn't go on our way, but this time I think the season didn't go our way, and lots of things to learn from it, and take positive from it. Next year we come back stronger and smarter.
What do you think you guys could have done better to change things around the season?
Sorry?
What do you think you could have done better to change things this season? I mean, on the paper,
Overall?
a good team, yeah.
Well, as I said earlier, like that in the whole competition, if you look, we had only 170 in the batting, and in a competition like this, I feel like that's too less, and especially if we would have covered that area. Our bowlers did a wonderful job in a whole competition, where we tried to defend even 142 one game as well. We tried to defend like 160 nearly. It went to the last over, last ball. So I feel like that is the kind of area where we need to take the things deep and deep, and once you used to the condition, the condition. I feel like then you take the game deep and try to finish it up well. So I feel like we didn't really finish well with the innings we started, and I think like that's the area where we struggle in a whole competition. Next time we come, we're gonna be smarter than that, and we try to be more positive with that.
Rashid, quite a few young batsmen in the squad, and then maybe sometimes some of the senior batsmen not always coming off and putting a bit of pressure on the youngsters. What was the message to somebody like a Brevis, even Rickleton's, Grant Willisons, who haven't played at some of the highest level? What has been your message to them throughout the tournament, even when they struggled?
Well, I feel like I made it very clear to them in the start of the competition. It doesn't matter what happens at the end. Never change your skills, never change your mind, and just go there, express your skills. That is something which in T20 you have to be having in the mind, and that was the discussion. I feel like it's not an easy to come in a competition like this, where it's very new franchise and SA20 first year as well. So I feel like it's gonna take a couple of years for them to get used to with that competition, and then they're gonna start scoring runs big and big. But we never put that kind of pressure on them that you have to score, you have to win the game. No. I feel like it was more about just go there, the skills you have, and the talent you have, just try to stick to that, and make sure you enjoy your skills. And nothing was a big expectation that yes, you have to. As a senior player, we were trying to take the responsibility most of the time, but I feel like the freedom was there for them to go and play with full freedom.
Hi Rashid, just on a personal note, your time as captain and also your bowling performances around, how have you enjoyed your time? How will you reflect back on this tournament on a personal note?
Well, I feel like less 4-5 wickets. Should have taken more wickets. When it started, first 3 games, I had 0 wicket. That's something which was in the mind. Couldn't start that well. I should have been, but that's how T20 is all about. Like, when your bowling team doesn't want to take risks on you and try to just be happy with that 5-6 in the hour. And but overall, I feel like I bowled where I wanted. I'm happy with the pitching where I bowled, the area where I wanted. But it was just about the result. It didn't come on my side. And as I said, like, it wasn't the kind of competition overall for us as a team as well. Like, but lots of things to learn. And I think these are the days where you learn and things you put in the mind more, and you get the experience and you get better and better. So it's always a good experience for me where I struggle and then I try to keep learning in that, and that helps me in the upcoming games. So yeah, tough games for me, not to take many wickets. Economy was fine for me, I think, but more than that, I feel like I was 4 to 5 wicket less, and which happens in T20. But got used to with the condition a little bit. My first year here, I played 4 games before as well, but not all around. But now played all around, get used to with the condition, what the line should be here. Next year when I'm coming, I feel like it's going to be much better.
Rashid, just to look in other big competitions across the globe, how far do you think gap-wise we are as SA20?
This far. Well, it's not too far, to be honest. I think first year, and I feel like it's a big achievement, for Cricket South Africa, to and SA20, like, I feel like it's gonna go massive in upcoming years. Lots of young talents gonna come, and it's a kind of great inspiration for all the youngsters as well to see in upcoming years. You will see like totally the cricket of South Africa will be changed, and with the kind of talent will come, and this competition is going to help them. So yeah, I feel like it's going to go massive, and it's going to compete with lots of competition.
Just to follow up on that, you speak about seeing some of the players coming through. You've now spent the best part of a month with a lot of South African youngsters. How excited can the South African fans be with some of the players you work with and you're seeing develop in this competition?
Well, I think this year it was very quick. Things were like, very back-to-back games. You hardly get the time to spend with the youngster in the nets, and you look into the things and keep learning, keep sharing. We tried our best, to share as much as possible during the games, and but I feel like next year is gonna go a little bit like, not that much, but a little bit longer, and you have those gaps in the middle where you go, you train, and you share the experience, and it gives a very good platform to the youngster as well. Like, they spend that 5 to 6 weeks with the international players, and they keep learning and keep getting better day by day. And I feel like next 3-4 years, it's gonna be like, all the youngsters contributed in be a part of this league is gonna go big and big.
Thank you, everybody.
Perfect.